Hey everyone, and a welcome in or a welcome back. It's a Monkey Mar. Before we get into today's video, please make sure you click that subscribe button, the like, and the bell for notifications. Hey guys, I want to get into the West Boys again. There's been a lot of controversy and hearsay and what people are talking about. And I decided to do a poll yesterday, and it was hard to do. I didn't even want to but I wanted to know where everyone stood that comes around to my channel. So out of 54 votes yesterday, I asked, this is hard to ask, but with all the rumors, tell me where you stand on the missing West Boys, Orson and Orrin. Sincere and classic. What do you think happened to the boys? I asked, trafficked? They are deceased from the hands of APs. The bio family has them. Other, please explain in comments. 10% said trafficked. 79% said they are deceased from the hands of the APs. 5% thinks the bio family has them. And 5% is others. Please explain in comments. So let's go ahead and touch on the comments, and then I want to touch on the video from the West's parents, as in Josiah and Trezelle's parents, Philip and Wanda. So let's touch on these comments, and then let's go touch on this video. Alright, let's get into these comments. Anita Luvano, I can't explain. I'm so confused. I don't even know what to think anymore. I know. Welcome to the crowd. I'm confused, but I have my opinion, and I will tell you guys after these comments. REJ, sadly, what if that message that was sent to AV is true? What if this case really leads to the state capitol? Everything has been so shady. Someone is definitely covering up for someone. I have not watched AV in the past couple of days. I've been focused on Erica Lloyd and Fauna Frey. But I do see that he dropped a video 21 seconds ago. I did watch him leaving Bakersfield last night when he was talking about the CPS. We're going to get into that CPS deal too. Joanne Schlicker. I think one is dead and the other sold. Well, that's interesting. Linda, I don't have a clue where they are. I am not going to speculate and accuse anyone. I agree. Speculation is not good. Kukaku, rock and roll, hoochie coo. I think at least it's possible that the AP parents got sick of the biological parents and Jamal has them. Once the biological parents think they are dead, then they can have their life without the biological parents. But I only give 0.5% belief in this possibility. Otherwise, I really do think that the adoptive parents did something to them and have time enough to cover that up completely. I'm saying time enough to cover it up, remove everything completely, and then feel safe enough to call the police on themselves. AP was a security guard, probably more versed in what excuses would get them off scot-free. What is the probability of 2 kids gone? I agree 100%. The probability of 2 kids gone is, I don't think so. But I know I did not hear that Trezelle West was a security guard, but in Josiah West's background, he is a security guard. Gil Sharp, Trezelle and Jacqueline both guilty, and that family knows what happened. Oh, I agree 1000%. Pamela Hewitt, I want them to be alive so they can go back to their mother. I honestly don't know what the AB did to them. I don't know either. Penn W, I originally thought that maybe they had rehomed them through an adoption rehoming scheme. Didn't think it was a thing until I watched an ID show on this. Now, though, I think maybe punishment gone wrong. Perhaps something similar to Thomas Velva. I don't think bio family involved. Think by now they'd know if they had them or know who does. I agree 100%. I have said this in previous videos that I think something went wrong with one, and you just even hate to say this and think about these 2 little 3-year-old and 4-year-old innocent, helpless little boys in the hands of a monster. And you have to think, if Trezelle had such a background and an anger management problem, how in the world do they have 2 foster kids and 2 adoptive kids that are now missing? And that was from Penn W. So we got Little Miss Smithy. I think they are alive. Bio mom cries, yet no actual tears. She brags, and others from her family talk that they are millionaires. Have they chipped into the reward? Also, we all looking at the AP. Those boys could be miles away. Lots of YouTubers have befriended the Bio family, clouding their judgment. Perhaps if there was less speculation on YouTube, the AP would have spoken out again. You might be correct. I think they know something. I think they are hiding something. Their body language on that video in front of the house is just, to me, it's so telling. Matt Block UK, I would have to say AP, the stage of information released in more than sketchy interview they did. Totally agree. Actions speak louder than words, and the actions of the AP are woeful. I believe the answers lie within the West's extended family. Great to follow your coverage of the many cases you are covering. Great Britain. Thank you, Matt Block UK. Matt. Patria Ryder. Where is the damn media? This should be a huge story everywhere. It's what helps get people to talking in most of these cases. Who's holding media back? Someone is pulling some strings. We need to push them into doing their job. I agree. Nicolette Moore, I think they are still alive. Let's pray, Nicolette Moore, that you are right. Sky Blue, I think the adoptive parents did something. Oh, hang on. Let's reverse this. Sky Blue, I don't think the adoptive parents did anything to the boys. Not sure about the Bio family, but I think someone took the kids from the yard. Do you remember the little missing girl case from last year when she had just came home from school and her mom... Oh, I remember her. What was her name? The little auburn-haired girl that lived with her mom, and that neighbor committed suicide and they found her out. Faye? In the bushes behind the house, the apartments. I think her name was Faye. J.C. Carville. Wait, let me finish her comment. From school and her mom let her play outside. 5 minutes she was gone. Yes. The missing girl's family members got so much hate and they were accused straight out the gate. Ellie said they don't believe that the AP are involved and they know a lot more than we. What about the neighbor with the camera? I personally couldn't tell you the last time I saw any of the kids around where I live. We need to be patient and pray. I agree, Sky Blue. I agree. But when you've got over $100,000 reward for 2 little boys, I guarantee you that if the extended family of the Bio family knew, if the Bio family had them, they would have spoken already. I don't think anyone knows what happened to those children but the APs, but that's my opinion. I agree that the police know lots more than we know. Oh, I totally agree with that. And, they might make an arrest tomorrow. We don't know. Like, when you think about, like I keep repetitively saying, the Gannon Stout case. Like, we didn't think anything was going on. We didn't think blah, blah, blah. And then, boom, they arrested Letitia in South Carolina. Okay, so J.C. Carville, I think they were sold to another family, hopefully not trafficked. I just, with the coverage that's out and everyone talking about the West Boys besides on the main media, because everyone's talking about the acquitted impeachment and the coronavirus, I just think that they know more than what we know. I'm going to explain to you what that machinery was the last time they were in the backyard, what they were actually looking for, the imaging machinery. I just think that somebody would have come forward, somebody would have seen them out, and somebody would have come for that reward. I don't know. That's what my spidey sense tells me, but you know what? I'm always wrong, but that's what I think. Valissa Leedsma. I know I'm pronouncing that wrong. I'm sorry. The boys are missing as God is going to punish anyone who do bad things to kids. God bless the children. I agree. A Book of B. The apps know what happened to them babies because they are most definitely responsible for it. Nobody can make me believe anything different. I am totally on you with that. SJ and A says back to Booker, I just can't understand how there's no emotion. Bingo. I don't think they ever bonded with the babies. They're not heartbroken. Where is the shame, guilt for losing them, or desperation for finding them? Well, they have no problems going to the porn store. Shella Bella, hey girl. Good question, yeah. Humanimal, many people don't understand their rights to do with child services, and they have a right to reply to everything. They are told this, and then when they miss deadlines, etc., too late. It's symptomatic stealing of kids, earmarking children for adoptions. It's a business. Okay, so Tony Shields, the Bio family was trying to get them back, I heard. Makes you wonder what lengths they may go to. 22 replies. I am not going to get into all of those replies, unfortunately. I do not have the time for that today. But let me touch on one more that I saw. Joel Bryant. Each of these three scenarios are still viable at this point. Time and fit the facts as they are known. I agree. And like I said before, I think they know more than we know. Let me touch on one more. It's funny because I had to come and fix a mistake, and there's like 20 more comments, and I wish I had about 10 of me. Sierra T. I think about these innocent and adorable boys 24/7. I wish they would have had a better home and parents that actually cared about them and loved them. I mean, who TF goes to a sex shop while their two babies are literally missing? Exactly. That is the thing right there. Key question. And they know they're being watched. They just have no care in the world. No innocent parent would even think so. It's sick and disgusting, and I'm so sorry to these babies. Shaking my head. Sierra T, I agree with you 100%. I agree with everyone's comments. It could go either or all 15 different ways. But when you are talking about that much money, I don't see it. I see somebody reporting it. And do I think that they were missing on December 21st? And no, I think we're going to go back maybe 4 to 6 weeks before that time that these boys went missing. All right, let's go touch on this video that I want to touch on about with the Philip and Wanda West. Let's go ahead and do a little reaction. And then I'm going to touch on a few pieces of information that I've been collecting. And we're going to jump into the family tree and talk about Sherry Vasquez for a moment. So here is the West Watkins family. You've got Jacqueline, Orrin, Orson, Trezell, Jamal, looks just like his mom, Wanda. You've got Philip, and you've got Josiah. Actually, Josiah does look like his mom, Wanda, and he does look like his half-brother, Jamal. Okay, let's get into this video.
I just know that they were really good parents as far as I was concerned.
We offered a reward out of our own pockets.
That reward for 4-year-old Orrin and 3-year-old Orson increasing to $120,000, contributed by multiple parties. Authorities receiving more than 2,000 tips and using imaging devices at their adoptive parents, Trezell West and his wife Jacqueline's home, to search for the boys. But now the adoptive dad's family says they're targets, not from authorities, but from the public.
It is misguided to blame uncles and aunts and grandparents for children who are missing that we love and care about and are trying to find.
Right now.
Okay. I have said this from day one. I do not think Wanda and Philip and Jamal have anything to do or know what happened. Do they maybe suspect something? Maybe. But you know, family sticks together. And maybe they don't know something enough to say something. Now, I will get into what I think about the adoption process and how Wanda and Sherry may have been involved in some type of scandal with that. But do I think that they had anything to do with the disappearance of these little boys, in my opinion? Absolutely not. Let's get get back into it.
Now, there are people outside the home talking about where are the boys.
Police have not named any suspects.
I'm working so hard, literally day and night, to find these kids.
The boys were adopted in 2019 and disappeared late December. The adoptive parents saying they last saw them in their backyard.
Came inside the house, searched the house, me and my wife. Once that didn't pan out, I got in the van.
Neighbor surveillance showing Trezell jumping into that van looking for his boys, the couple then calling police.
To me, as far as the interview and what Trezell and Jacqueline said they did after the boys supposedly went missing out of the back gate, I am going to put the card for the interview room with Chris. I'm sure most of you have seen it, but he was live last night with an expert who does speech. Something with the way people talk in interviews. It was really interesting, educating, but he said it all. There's not really much to say about their interview to me. There's zero compassion, zero empathy, no tears. They scream guilty, in my opinion. I need to know how things work. That's what my problem is, and I keep looking and digging, and next thing you know, I'm like 3 hours into I don't even know what I started looking for. Forensic geophysics ground penetrating radar GPR techniques and missing persons investigations. So I'm like, what are they actually doing with those ground imaging devices, and what are they? So the abstract, I'm not going to read the introduction. I'm only going to read a little bit, but the ground penetrating radar, which is ground imaging research, is commonly used in crime scene investigations worldwide, owing to its rapid, precise, and non-destructive technique. Alright, so characteristics make GPR an efficient and extensively used method to find missing people in different environments. So it's to detect buried or hidden targets and are therefore often used in forensic research, like walls, ground. Where did it say about? 1 second, let me see. A couple of images on how it works. And there's the little imaging device. It almost looks like a lawnmower. Do I know how they work, or are they just using those devices to make sure that that house is not a crime scene? Only the police know. I wish we knew. But anyways, that is what the device is that they are looking for. Anything hidden underneath the ground, in a wall, in concrete. So did they use it because they suspect something, or did they use it to rule out the house on Alpine as a crime scene? I can't answer that. I wish I could. Alright, let me get a wrap on this video. It's actually getting a little longer than I want. Okay, so even though I work 40 hours a week and I take care of a house and animals and live in a snow state, we do some background investigation to try to figure out, like, something's off with Jacqueline's family, and actually something's off with the West now. So here's an email. I'm not going to mention her name, but we've been digging, seeing what we could find, and just listen to this email. Monkey Mar, you are right. I did a background check on Jacqueline, and she never had an email in her name, but she used Mama Wanda at Yahoo for a Meet Me profile. I find it weird for a 31-year-old in America not to have a ton of their personal info on the web unless she's hiding or was sold or kidnapped. The sold or kidnapped theory is coming alive now that Sherry has denied even knowing who Jacqueline is. No birth certificate, no school information, no marriage certificate. I'm still searching because this could mean Jacqueline uses aliases, possibly. Either way, they can't deny the fact that Sherry has to be the mother role model in her life. That is, until now, Sherry has disowned Jacqueline. Is it because if we continue to dig, we find Jacqueline never went to school, never went to the doctor, and doesn't have a social or birth certificate, which means she didn't get married to Giselle, but just stated using that name on applications. Did Sherry make fake IDs and socials? To me, no equals you never had a job. Even more reason to believe something is wrong about Jacqueline history. Oh, absolutely. So then she does a background check on Josiah West, and he created a profile for Ohio Ancestry Lookup. Josiah, and I'm going to show you, you can find him in Ohio, but you cannot find a birth certificate on him. Josiah was searching his own name, but looking for the death of Josiah West. Monkey, you had me thinking, because you can't find his birth certificate, maybe he was concerned about his own background, but I am still puzzled on why Ohio. So I did some more digging. I love this girl. I love her. And Jamal was in Ohio. In fact, he got a traffic violation, which proves he was in Ohio. Yep, and that was the traffic violation I spoke to in like one of my previous West Boys videos. Oh, he's been in Ohio. The rabbit hole is crazy deep, and it's so much that one name takes you so many different directions. I will share with you anything I find as we dig. We must report it to the police and the news. Absolutely. So then she did a background check, and we looked at Trezel's Amazon profile, and it showed what he had on his wish list, and he wanted 14 pounds bucket of sea salt put on the list on December 1st, 2019. Interesting, right, guys? Something's weird. Here's what I think. Okay, now remember, these are my thoughts only. First of all, I have played in a lot of family trees, and people that follow me know that. Really, besides, there are no ancestry hints, like there is nothing, but let me go through what I think in my mind is going on. But do I think they have anything to do with one another? No. Okay, this is what I think. I am sticking to it unless somebody shows me proof. Otherwise, this is what I think is going on. So we've got proof that Wanda West worked for DCF. This is Jacqueline's mother figure in her life. I do not know if it's the bio mom. I do not know if she bought her. I do not know if she adopted her, but there's something definitely here. Okay? The only Martinez that I can link into Jacqueline Vasquez's family is Pamela Martinez. Pamela Martinez is married to Sherry Lynn McCullough Vasquez's brother, Troy D. McCullough. And he has a few other last names that I kind of found weird. Her boyfriend now is Noe Medina. John P. Vasquez has now passed away. Is that Jacqueline's father? I don't know. Has passed away, but the car that she drives is registered in his name. Then we have Elmer Flores. There is an actual marriage license between Elmer Flores and Sherry Lynn. There's a Vincent Flores, who I believe is Elmer's kid and probably Sherry Lynn McCauley Vasquez's kid. So Martinez, Pamela, is about, how old is she? Okay, she's about 49. Or actually, she just turned 50 this month. She could be 50 today. Hey, happy birthday, Pamela Martinez. Anyways, that's what I'm saying. So, let me go back and show you. If you look at her profile, you cannot convince me that this woman... Now, hang on. I'm probably going to get a lot of backlash for this, but whatever. Why it's the half-brother, I probably messed up. Anyways, here is the marriage certificate. Elmer Sherry Al Vasquez, California. So obviously she has changed her name by 1990 to Vasquez. But remember, Jacqueline was supposedly born in 89. Okay, right? December 89, if I remember correctly. Alright. So there that is. That brings the Flores. Any divorce papers and stuff? I've looked a little, but I haven't dug. When I get the time, I'm going to dig more, but I'm going to tell you what I think. Let me show you one more thing. So, all of you that love to dig, I challenge you to, let's see if we can find Jacqueline Gabrielle Vasquez's birth certificate. I did find one. There's one. There is. I'm not going to lie. Mother's name, Martinez. Now, I do not think if she was born Jacqueline Gabrielle Vasquez, the name would have been changed, unless this is her sister-in-law and she told her what to name her. I don't know. That's all speculation, but this is it. But the mother has lived in a few states. Washington, Arizona. She got married in Nevada. She's been a few places. Also, Josiah. Jacqueline's birth certificate, unless that's hers, and she is Pamela's biological daughter. But you would have to see where she was living in 1989. I haven't looked that far. I might. I don't know. And I'm going to look into the Kern County employee background. See who worked there. See if I can find her working there. What I think, I believe that Jamal is her son, Wanda Griffiths, and his father is Aka Watkins. That ties in the Watkins family. He owns the house that they all live in with his grandma, Ace's mother. Okay? That's a given. Philip West and Wanda are married. They had a dispute a long time ago. They went to court over it. It was probably something, who knows. He might have a temper, and that's why his son Trezell has a temper. Trezell has a birth certificate. His mother is Wanda. Josiah Allen West does not have a birth certificate. So if anyone wants to find his birth certificate and tie him into Wanda Griffiths, Wanda West, or Philip Allen West, I would love to see one. What I think is going on, and I'm going to end it on this last page, I wanted to check and see what the adoption process was in Kern County. So I started looking into the website, and it was almost like adopting a puppy. But in the part that just stuck out at me big time was right in here, and I'm going to attach a link and all of that to this website if you guys want to check it out. But this is the part that got me. Being approved resource family does not guarantee a child will be placed in your home. A child's social worker must consider best interest of the child before placing a child in a home. So you ask yourself, what year was that Wanda worked for DCF? She's old enough to be Jacqueline Sherry's mom at the end of the day when you think about it. What is the connection? Is she the one that got the kids? I honestly think that maybe Wanda West did adopt Josiah through the agency. Maybe they got Jacqueline too. How long have Sherry, Lynn, and Wanda West have known each other? You have to ask yourself, because they are connected in a lot of ways. I found that interesting. I also found interesting that it was like, it's like adopting a puppy. I mean, adoption resources in here. Note, The brochure states adoptive parents can be reimbursed up to $500 per child for non-reoccurring adoption expenses. The current reimbursement rate is up to $400 per child. I'm going to drop this link, guys, if you want to check it out, but you tell me what you think. Now, do I think that maybe they were adopting kids? They could have been, but do I think that they had anything to do with these little boys going missing? I think they don't. I think only one, in my opinion, that knows are the APs. I think if anyone else knew, with that amount of money that's out, they would come forward. That's my opinion. They may suspect, but I don't know if they know for sure. But yeah, those social workers might be putting kids where they want to put them, is what I'm saying at the end of the day. But that's what you have to ask yourself. Where is Josiah's birth certificate? Where is Jacqueline's birth certificate? Unless, of course, Martinez, and she is biologically her aunt's daughter. I mean, who knows? I'm not going to speculate, but something to think about. But with that, guys, it is a wrap. I want to thank you all for coming in. Thank you for watching. Please like or dislike, whichever you prefer, and subscribe. Everyone have a good day or a good night wherever you are in the world, and stay vigilant. I am out.